Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I have something super special for you today, and it's going to be a map review. A guy called Neroxys made this map called Paradise Bay and asked me to review it, which I will do, but I will do it parts by parts because map making process is huge and I can't just tell you everything how to make a map in one short video. So this one I think I will focus on Heightmap because that's the most important one. And you can define most maps by Heightmap. You can't really save your map by doing perfect textures when your Heightmap is bad. And also it's the first thing you do when you work on a map. So let's talk about it. It's a naval map. With one player, it's a 3v3, with one player going side. So he has two options, either he goes side for this expansion here, or he defends here and goes naval with his friends and try to win naval before he gets crushed. Other strategy is just that two players are go naval, one guy go land, and that's just the classic one. Or what I like about this is that more players can push land and try to win before they get crushed by navy. So it's a really interesting map. I mean, could be. Needs to be improved a little bit, but we will do it. We'll manage. There's an island in the middle of the map with pretty much a huge amount of mass. 8 maxes, that's a lot, okay. Each player starts with 8 maxes actually. So that's a pretty heavy eco map. For naval, it's not as huge though. 8 maxes on full naval map, I could go with it. That's fine. First of all, what I would suggest about maxes placement first, before I talk about the height map, is that I wouldn't put too many maxes in the middle of the map. It tends to make the map very snowball-like. And also, a nice feature is having some maxes in the middle of, on the seafloor. Okay, don't forget to enable auto snap to all grid when you are playing with maxes. So, as you can see, it's placing them on the water right now. So first of all, you need to disable water. And let's just put 20 here again to get rid of the blue bug or whatever. And they're gonna fall down nicely now. Okay, see? So, if you put few maxes on the water, I preferably drag them from the middle island because there's way too many of them, and if one player would get the middle, he would win the game instantly. So I would place about 2 maxes here in this water. One for each player, I guess that's only fair. Something like this. Then I would put 2 maxes on maybe one or one or two maxes like here. So that's something to contest in the underwater. I would also put 1 max over here, so this part of map isn't completely ignored. And again, those 2 maxes here, and you are left with 1 max. On this island, I would put at least 2 maxes. So I think this is much better naval placement of maxes. It makes the map more dynamic. You go to water, grab some maxes, then you have to defend them, fight for them. This you just walk to ACU in the middle and wait for this turret to arrive. If it doesn't arrive soon enough, then the game is over. And well, whoever gets the middle island or the first destroyer or whatever you say wins the game pretty much. So that's one thing. Now let's look on the other side of the map. Again, that's 8 maxes per player. On my maps, I do 6-7 maxes, but I don't have a problem with 8 maxes. It's just that it's very eco heavy. There's 8 maxes in his base, then nothing, and then 6 maxes expansion. 3 of them are close to water, so they are very dangerous maxes to upgrade. So I think those will stay on T1 the whole game. And then there's 3 maxes in the side here. I think that's okay. upgradable mexes, I'm fine with it. But maybe, just maybe, I would put some mechs in this area. Maybe this one I would drag a little bit more here, and space these mexes a little bit, like this probably. So he have more area to defend. If this guy, the land guy, loses land, this mountain will allow him to defend for pretty much the whole game. This mountain will make such a huge difference in gameplay. And also, there might be a problem with this mountain. It will limit strategies a lot, because you can't do a full land push. You have to go for naval. You are forced to do it. And maybe I would like to get this mountain a little bit, like at least half of it gone. So if two ace, for example, if these guys take all three ACUs or walk to here, make some upgrades and push here, it would make for a really interesting gameplay. Right now it's just that they have to go for naval. There's no option to go land, since this mountain will block all attacks. I think you place this one, this biggest mountain here to just get rid of space. I would probably suggest you to use the spade for fighting, not for mountain. Maybe it was your intention to don't have this area here. Maybe you grew lazy and just said, "Oh fuck this area! I'm just gonna make a mountain here," because that's what I do on my maps at least. I don't know what to do. Make mountain. Anyway, then there's mountain in the back to limit the space of the players a little bit. I mean, sure, that's fine. Still, this mountain needs to be smaller, and these two mountains should be smaller as well. I mean, it's a 10-kilometer map. Like, this mountain basically covers like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers maybe. It's absolutely huge. So that's about Heightmap for mountains, but also the mountain technique. This is not nice. It's a really basic technique. Maybe even better. I'm not saying I would like it anyway, but if you would just take a brush and just smooth it out a lot, it would make it so much nicer. Yeah, like, it's not going to be so edgy and weird. I still don't like it, but it's much better than this, I think so. You need to have some what do you call it? Some standards when you make a map. Also, one thing to talk about, but actually I'm just gonna mention it, is when you are looking for a texture, maybe that's the purpose you made this mountain so spiky, is that this texture creates wait a minute, like this mouse creates these squares, repeated patterns in the texture, really ugly. I need to change the texture, or let me actually find the texture, which one it does. Definitely not this one. Is this? Because there's two repeated textures on each. Oh, that's even escalated. No, that's really bad. You can play with this a little bit. I mean, obviously this would be perfect, but that's really ugly. So we need to find some sweet spot. Yeah, this is bad. This texture is really bad. I mean, I would rather have this, than this. Yeah, but still really ugly texture. I would suggest to replace this texture with anything like, let's fast something really fast. This one is really used texture for mountains. See, so much better already. Took me a few seconds to change it. Back too far. Still a little bit of patterns, but wait a second. Oh, because it's not even painted completely. Okay, I get it. No, it's maybe this texture doesn't fit the map. I'm kind of. I need some water. Anyway, again, still the repeated pattern. Not really sure how to help here. Maybe. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Where is there? Rock 01, maybe let's go with Rock 06. Play with this a little bit, maybe it's gonna help. No, that's not helping too much. What I would do now, I would change this texture, which is making even escalate in it. But I would talk about textures next time. Let's just focus on Heightmap now. So another feature of this map is this island, which is too rounded now. It's really boring, to be honest. It needs to have some kind of different shape. I even opened FA here, so we can look on some naval maps, and I suggest if you look for inspiration how to make stuff, I would suggest you to use official maps. They are really nice. As you can see, this map a lot of, well, it's 81 km map, so I'm not suggest to copy from that. But let's see. Again, 81 km map. Let's actually focus on less than 20 km maps. I can't see many island maps. There are some islands here. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Abyss, that's... Well, there are some rounded islands, but again, I wouldn't suggest rounded islands. It's kind of weird looking. Okay, let's see Paradise actually. See, they have rounded islands as well, but they don't look so roundish, just because they break the pattern a little bit. Let's see, let's find some more. Oh, that's not the best map to copy anyway. Yeah, I'm out of maps. Okay, which one? Might. Okay, when you start to make a map, you want to, if it's your first map at least, you should look for some official maps and see what theme you like and try to copy exactly what they did. The maps look absolutely amazing. So let's see that you like green, as I saw from your map. You want some evergreen based map. Sorry. So let's see, some evergreen nice map. Sunk Island, that's a pretty nice looking map. Maybe we can copy that. Let's see for some more. Obviously Seaton's very classic. You won't find more classic map than Seaton's. Paradise, that's more like Paradise, that's not evergreen. Four Corners, that's a really basic map. You can try to use that. So now that you find a map you like, let's say you like Four Corners, you might not like it, you might pick different map, that's okay. You go to wiki, I'll put the link into the description. On top here, it says original maps. You go to expand and you need to find which map it is, because in editor it's not gonna call Winter River, it's gonna be called CMP013, for example. So we're gonna find Four Corners and it's called CMP039. So you open another editor. It's gonna take a while since I'm recording. Come on, editor. SCMP039, was it? Okay, let's see. Okay, nice. There's no mountains though, so can't copy mountains from here, but as you can see, the island shape is pretty basic. It's just an oval, but the corners are broke a little bit, so it doesn't look so boring. Also, what you can copy from here is textures, but we'll focus on it some other time. Now we are going to just focus on the height map. So for now, I'm gonna disable water on it, so we can see better. And decals, bye. It's actually kind of interesting looking. Anyway, you see the slope here? It's really smooth. Now here it's pretty deep, and again up and smooth here. I think you want to achieve that on your map as well. If you look here, this is very steep. It needs to be much less steeper, and then gradiently just, you know, work a little bit with the island here. So first of all, I would suggest you do not use such a huge difference in water level. So let's see elevation. I hope we started from 0. Oh, you did start from 0. Okay, so this is too much, obviously. It is smaller size. Full strength, sure, whatever. Let's use about 5, I suppose. Yeah, 5. That's pretty much what you use. Maybe bigger size here. Beautiful. So that's a huge difference. I would suggest to raise it maybe even to 10. Yeah, I would raise the whole bottom to 10. Maybe leave it 5 on the edge here, like this. Beautiful. And also, for making a basic height map, I would suggest you to this simple technique that is in the map edit tutorial on Wiki. And that is creating these height map lines first. For example, this is height 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 from EOC. That will make it really smooth. And you need to use this for the seafloor as well. And then after you are done with the lines like this, then you smooth it out with a hard brush, which I'll show you. So, oops, I'll probably close this. So you have your seafloor. Now I'm gonna find which height you use for this. I recall the water was 120, am I correct? I'm not correct. Maybe I am. Okay, let's see that you use 23. Yeah, I use about 23. Let's say you use 23. Okay, now I'll need smaller brush area. Let's go to 22. Oops, not to 22. Beautiful. Now let's go 21. You can use smaller one as well if you want, like 8, 7, whatever fits you. And how far you are going to make these jumps by 1, the smoother it's gonna get, or the steeper it's gonna get, obviously. Or you can, if this is not steep enough for you, you can use to jump. Anyway, let's go to 20. This is pretty steep, by the way. I usually make much less steeper. I usually make the first jump here and 1 here, too. But let's keep it like this. This is okay. I'm not gonna bother to make everything. It's just to show you. Let's go to 18. Okay, beautiful. You see the shape is already starting to be apparent. 17. We are slowly reaching bottom, but very slowly. And that's how it should be. You can still go a little bit more steeper here. That's fine. Okay, we go to 15. Okay, 14. 13. And 12. Okay, whatever. Oh, well, let's make 11 as well. Yeah, and the transition is much smoother now. Now you go to brush, you go on a sharp 128 hard, and you just brush and add strength. And, you see how nice it is. It's like really smooth. be like this as well. So yeah, that's pretty smooth one. If you ignore the sides for now. It's a smooth transition, much better than the steep one over here. So if you smooth everything out like that, I suspect that you will reach like 15 with if you go as fast as I did. You reach 15 about here, right? And then you start going up again. So that will be like your canyon. It will make like a little nice canyon here, which will deepen out here and make it much nicer looking. Now about the shape of the island, I would totally suggest you to not make it rounded. So if I go back to your original height, was it 22? 23 maybe? 23. I would maybe make a little bit ovalish at least. I need someone, I can have some more strength. Okay, let's get minimum 23. That's like this. Awesome. And break the shape a little bit or something. I'll leave that up to you really. How you want an island to look like, but obviously it should be rotated here. It should be like this, not like I made it. Okay, but whatever. Let's actually fix it real fast. Okay, the shape should be like this probably or something like that, not rounded. It's not nice. Whatever. It's already better looking. Maybe you can make it a little bit less edgy as well. Obviously the edges are just gonna disappear. And maybe you can just use the hard brush and that's gonna... Yeah, it's already better shape. Also the island in the middle, you don't have to make it symmetrical to be honest, because it's going to be really hard to make anyway. You just make it like this. It's a little bit broken edges. It's better than what you had before, just round. Okay, so don't ever make just round. It's a little bit more work, I know, but it's rewarding when your island looks really pretty. And the first thing you're gonna notice about this map is the middle island, so make it pretty. So that's one thing. Mountains totally need to use different technique. I'll make a separate video how to make mountains because you will be here forever if I just showed you on this. I'm gonna actually showing this map as an example how to make mountains, but not gonna make it now. So much less not this steep. Is it steepness like, well, it's gone now, but like this. Gonna look much nicer. Mountains need a rework. You will have to wait for the video then. But for a start, you should probably make them a little bit, less huge. Let me actually try to... what was it? 23, right? Like this. That's so much better. So much more space here. You can actually do something. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so see, I would suggest you to do the mountain much less huge anyway. Also, this will allow for much more strategy since this is much bigger area to defend. Still small, but much bigger than it was before. Also, you can walk aces through the water here, so that's one thing. What next? Okay, the sea bottom, sea floor. You can see very repeated pattern on the sea floor. You see like there's a repeat, there's a repeat, there's a repeat. All the waves are just the same technique all over again. If you would at least rotate it, it wouldn't be so obvious. Maybe you try to make like little waves, like that, but the water flows here, and one thing water does, it smooths out everything. I would make it much more smoother than this. Just use this big brush thing and smooth it out a lot, like this. So to make the seafloor much more friendly for, much more friendly for Unix. Maybe whole green would be nice. See, and by the way, I'm pressing letter O now on the keyboard for a shortcut for debug and slope. Yep. Also, there's going to be some underwater units maybe working on the ground, like ACUs, Wagners, whatever, Autumns. There shouldn't be the red edges anywhere. Don't recommend that. Something might get stuck. And also, mana check your map with... Wait, what the hell is this? Wait, what? That's funny. Oh, that's a marker probably. Yeah, that's a marker. Sorry, my bad. So again, there's some red thing. Brush it out. I will brush everything, to be honest. Also, it's not gonna make the pattern too obvious now. Already can't really see it. If I brush those, you can't see any pattern anymore. See? Beautiful. Much nicer. Just by this brush thingy. So that's what I would do, smooth it out. But first I would raise the bottom a lot. And then make this, by this stairs technique first, I would make the sea bottom and then smooth out everything. That would be one thing. The mountains are going to be a problem. I will have to make a separate video how to make mountains, in your case at least. Yeah, I will do it actually right after this one, because you can't really continue on the map unless you know how to make proper mountains. So I'll work on that. I thought I told you at least something. Next videos are going to be much more focused on something. This wasn't even too hard my focus, because we talked about textures as well. Like, this is bad. Even this texture is pretty bad. But we will fix textures next time. I mean, after we talk about Heightmap, how to do mountains, I'm going to tell you how to do textures properly. Yeah, but first you can start working on this map by making the slope better. The beaches are going to be much nicer. And one little touch that you can do, maybe you didn't know about this feature. Let's enable your water. You can actually do waves, and you can do it on the left top here. There's waves, and you can just, I don't know, press foam and long waves. Now we have to wait a little bit before they arrive, because, you know, old editor, you have to wait for it. Still nothing, still nothing. Come on. Maybe some short waves as well would be nice. No, medium waves. Nice. Oh, there they are. Starting to arrive now. Be better. Also, maybe you want to touch the beach much higher than this. Like 22.5. Maybe even 0.78, whatever. You know, just higher than this. I will have to do the waves again. I suggest you to select the waves, Control A, and no, reset here. Sorry, reset here, and, you know, just make some waves here, some foam. You know, don't make too many of them. So this is kind of beautiful, actually. You can even select them if you want. Yeah, it's a lot of waves. Yeah, this is not too extreme. Some mappers tend to, you know, do like, let's generate, but nothing's happening, so let's generate more, and then bad things happen like this. There's tons of waves. So you have to wait a little bit for the effects to come. So this is too many waves. Anyway, you can do waves on your map. Also, another thing that you might want to know, since I'm talking about water already, you can just copy water from some other maps. Let's see, Four Corners, water, what was it? I don't know what was the height. No, not 10 for sure. 25. Oh, not 25. It's probably like 18 or so. Okay, seems like 18 is the correct one. Wait, is it? Not sure. Whatever. You're gonna go to File, Export, Water, somewhere over desktop, for example, Four Corners Water. Save. You go back to your map. In a file, import water, Four Corners Water, and you just import it Four Corners Water. Beautiful. This probably doesn't fit this map too well because you have to copy the lightning from the map as well, which, by the way, same process. File, export lightning. You can export stuff like this from your map and from other maps and copy it to your map. It doesn't look too beautiful, but no, you get the point. So you can inspire yourself by other maps like this a lot. So as you can see, let's see, you can copy the how they did the seafloor as well, or try to copy it at least. See, everything is green on this map, so no units get stuck or whatever. They make these huge mountains. Everything's really smoothed out because it's underwater, but it still looks great when you put the water back on. You can see these dark shapes in the water, and it's still nice. If you don't like the water too much, the deep water doesn't do much. I put 18C, no difference, so it doesn't do anything actually. Maybe in game, I don't know, but Abyss, that makes huge difference. So you can play with Abyss as well. Oh, oops. This is what Abyss does, so you might wanna play with it a little bit on your map as well. And put it to 0 now, because I want this water to be bright, for example, or a little bit, so you can see the shapes on your water. I would go with 0 or something like that, because it's too dark already. But I wouldn't use this water anyway, or maybe you can use it once you are finished with the raising of the water seafloor. This is much nicer here actually, and then you can take some elevation knee ground. Oops. Like this. It's really slow. Oh, it's on 0. Okay. Yeah, its shapes are really visible. It's nice. And then again, smooth everything out. So you have to play with your map a little bit like this. I hope you're gonna work on it a little bit and show me a result of your redone seafloor. And once you are done with it, we should move to mountains, because that will be really important to make. And after mountains, to textures. And we are going to make your map look beautiful, I hope. So thank everyone for watching. I hope you learned something a little bit at least. Maybe the biggest lesson from this should be that you should find some map that you want to, when you are making your first map at least, well, I'm still using it after I made a couple of maps. You want to find some map that you like and maybe inspire yourself a little bit. Copy the textures, look how the map Heightmap is done, and so on. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, hopefully super soon, because I need to make the mountains tutorial.